Are you constantly swinging between finding clients and sourcing candidates only to find out you're never winning on both sides? Well, you're not alone. 90% of the recruitment agencies we talk to face this exact problem, and it's holding back their growth. This is what I call the recruiter pendulum effect. And in this video, I'm going to show you why this happens, how it impacts your business, and how you can fix this by using AI and automation to hit the sweet spot between finding clients and sourcing candidates to constantly deliver on both sides. But what exactly is the recruiter pendulum effect? The recruiter pendulum effect describes the constant swing of focus between clients and candidates. While success on the other side feels like a win, it often creates failure on the other side. So let's break it down. Let's start with the purely client focus. This happens when you entirely focus on the client side. You might have roles to fill, but without candidate supply, your time to hire takes way longer than expected. This can lead to clients getting frustrated and start hiring internally or go to a competitor before you can even deliver. Here's an example. Let's assume you sign a big client with multiple open positions and shift your entire team's focus to fill these positions, but your candidate pipeline runs dry. And after weeks of waiting, the client says, "We filled the position ourselves." This leaves you with lost time, lost revenue, and a frustrated client. Let's look at the 75% client focus. This can work when your client demand is steady, but it also comes with risks. You might struggle to meet specific candidate requirements, especially for niche or senior positions. Placements slow down and you miss to impress your client with a quick time to hire and high quality candidates. Imagine a client needs a senior software engineer, but your candidate pool is limited. By the time you find someone, they've already gone to a competitor or filled the role internally. If we look at the other side of the pendulum and look at the only candidate focus, it creates a different kind of imbalance. It becomes harder for you to find roles fast enough for the talents you're engaging with. This could lead to you losing top candidates to a competitor who is just moving faster with the existing client base and their open opportunities. Imagine a candidate saying, "I'm ready for an interview tomorrow," but you're not actively building client relationships, so there's no role for the candidate to fill. So a competitor comes in, matches them immediately, and you lose out with your top candidate. The same can happen if we look at the 75% candidate focus. When your focus is 75% towards candidates, it's ready to place candidates. But if the client demand dips, you're stuck with a candidate who have nowhere to go, which leads to revenue dips and inconsistent growth. Here's an example. Let's say you've built a strong candidate pipeline, but your team hasn't been doing enough outreach to clients. So now you have an amazing candidate waiting in your pipeline because there's no active demand to place them. Let's have a look at the perfect sweet spot, which is in the middle of the pendulum. The sweet spot can be hit if you're balancing your client and your candidate needs both at the same time. If you do that, you can keep your placements fast and efficient while also driving constant revenue to your recruitment agency. But there's one problem. Manually balancing both sides is impossible. Recruiters are too focused on manual and admin tasks. So how do we hit the sweet spot? The key to breaking the pendulum effect is AI and automation. By automating repetitive tasks, building automated candidate sourcing workflows, and trigger-based signal outreach to your clients, you can focus on balancing client acquisition and talent acquisition at the same time on scale. Now let's talk about the candidate side and how you can automate candidate sourcing and matching to save time and reduce your missed opportunities. First up, signal-based candidate sourcing. Here's the problem. Manual candidate sourcing is slow and inefficient. By the time you find a candidate and reach out, they might already be off the market. So how do we tackle this problem? Using tools like Clay, we can automatically identify and source candidates based on real-time signals. These signals are basically triggers that show that someone might be open for the next career move. For example, a person just earned a new AWS or GCP certification. Or for example, people who are in the role for like 3 to 5 months and are currently contemplating if the new role is an actual fit or not. Another one could be the LinkedIn Open to Work badge, actively showing people that are looking for a new role. And here's an example of how it could work. Let's say someone recently earned their AWS certification. Automation tracks the signal, enriches their profile with contact details, and automatically add this person to a candidate pipeline without you lifting a finger. Then, outreach happens automatically. A message like this could go out. "Hey Fred, congratulations on your new AWS certification. I work with companies looking for cloud engineers and would love to connect you with some roles based on your new skills. Open to a quick chat?" This approach works because it's personalized, relevant, and timely. The candidate sees that you've done your homework and you stand out from the rest of the generic messages they receive on a daily basis. A second workflow could be an AI candidate to job matching. Recruiters just spend too much time manually matching candidates to open roles. They're stuck scrolling through resumes, cross-referencing the skills of the job, and trying to figure out which candidate is a good fit for the position. Automating this entire process by using AI and automation can save your recruiters a lot of time and let them actually focus on building relationships instead of doing manual admin tasks. Imagine having a system that seamlessly matches candidates to open jobs in just a few steps. The system extracts the key qualifications directly from the job description, cross-references these skills with your active candidate database, and give you a pre-screened list of candidates ranked by how well they fit their position. And it can even go further. If no matching candidate is found, an automation can trigger and actively source candidates for this specific job posting. This will always ensure you have relevant talent ready to engage. For example, you source a job for a senior Java developer. Instead of manually searching through your entire database, the automation will automatically give you a pre-screened list of the most fitting candidates for this position. And if none are found, the automation builds you a list with LinkedIn profiles for potential candidates. If you do this, your recruiters can make placements faster and not wasting time on manual sorting and matching. Now that we have 2 examples for the candidate side, let's look at the client side and how you can automate your outreach and opportunity monitoring to stay ahead of your competition and never miss out on a lead. A first example for a workflow for the client side could be a job scraping system. Researching jobs manually takes up a lot of time, and by the time you reach out, the position is already filled. So why don't you use an automated system that automatically scrapes jobs from job boards, LinkedIn, or Indeed to be the first one that spots this opportunity? A system could look like this. The system starts by scraping jobs for predefined roles in specific industries and locations. We can then use AI to filter the job listings and remove irrelevant job postings or job postings made by other recruitment agencies. Then we can use tools like Clay to enrich the contact details of the decision makers mentioned in the job description and automatically reach out to them. The message we can send to the decision maker can also be personalized based on the job description and the key skills required for this specific job posting. So here's an example. Let's say the system scrapes 500 daily jobs for sales managers in San Francisco. The system automatically uses AI to identify only like 250 relevant job postings out of these 500. And then we can send a message like this. Hey John, I noticed you're hiring for a sales manager in San Francisco and want to scale up your cold calling efforts. I have a list of pre-screened candidates that would fit this position perfectly. Want me to send over their profiles? This means your outreach is faster, more targeted, and perfectly timed. This will give you a massive advantage over your competitors who probably don't even know that they're currently looking for a sales manager. Another overlooked opportunity is when key employees leave their current roles. Most recruiters miss these signals and miss a chance to offer immediate solutions to companies currently left with a gap. By automating this role change monitoring, we never miss out on an opportunity again. So there could be a system that tracks key employees leaving their company and reverse engineering the company they just left. We can automatically identify decision makers at the companies the person just left and offer them an immediate solution for their recently left gap. And we can do this by using a personalized outreach message. For example, if the head of marketing just left the company, the automation can trigger an outreach message just like this. Hey Fred, I just noticed your head of marketing left the company. I've got several top-tier candidates in my profile who could deliver results quickly and can start within the next 4 weeks. Want me to send over their profiles? This kind of message works because it's timely, relevant, and solves a real problem before others even noticed that there is a problem in the company. Of course, these are only example workflows. The possibilities are nearly endless. Almost everything you do manually can be automated in some way, enabling your team to focus on what really matters: building relationships and closing deals. With automations, these processes run in the background and making sure no opportunity gets missed. And it's not just about saving time, it's also about scaling effectively. And let's be real, keeping up with the volume of clients and candidates manually is almost impossible without adding more recruitment consultants to your team and adding overhead to your business. Automation changes this game and lets you grow your business without adding overhead. So to wrap things up, the pendulum effect is a constant struggle to balance client acquisition and candidate sourcing, where focusing on one side will create gaps on the other side. But as we've seen, it's not a problem without a solution. By implementing systems like signal-based candidate sourcing, AI job-to-candidate matching, job scraping systems, or role change monitoring, you can tackle these challenges head-on. With automation, recruiters are not replaced, they are enabled. Freeing up your recruiters from repetitive tasks, making sure they can only focus on closing deals and building relationships while the automations run in the background, will ultimately lead to your agency growing. This just doesn't save time. It also lets you scale your recruitment agency effectively without adding more headcount to your business. If you want me to help you set up these systems or discuss how we can tackle the pendulum effect in your business, click the link in the description below and book a free call with me. Or check out our next video where we share 5 tools every recruitment agency needs to streamline operations and boost placements.